Master task group in Async and await to perform concurrent tasks in SwiftUI. Learn how to run and cancel tasks. In this tutorial, we'll be creating this application that retrieves some weather data using the Weather API and also retrieves some user data. The user has two options: to cancel a task or to get a task, as in run a task. So if we click on get data, this will retrieve the two payloads. As you can see, it retrieved the weather data for Tokyo, London and New York. If I click on it again, then click on cancel, the payloads will not be retrieved and they will be cancelled. Now I'll click on cancel. As you can see, the weather data task was cancelled, so it ignored the data that needed to be downloaded. So this is the feature that we'll be creating in this tutorial. Don't forget to subscribe for more Swift and SwiftUI tutorials. In this tutorial, we will implement our data fetcher class. The purpose of the data fetcher class is to get the data from our API and also to enable the user to cancel any asynchronous events or requests. Create a new file, select Swift file, name the file data fetcher, click on create, import SwiftUI, and then type the following: @observable. If we need to detect any changes that has happened in the class. Class data fetcher, and this object. Then we have to create an array called weather data that stores an array of weather data. We also need to create a user array, user data, that stores an array of user data objects. Bar error message, string, which is optional. Don't forget to subscribe for more Swift and SwiftUI tutorials. The next thing we need to implement is another array of URL session data tasks. And the purpose of this array is to store the ongoing data tasks for cancellation. Bar data task, URL session data task. We also need a URL session object variable. And we need a flag that detects if a task should be cancelled. It should be private var cancel flag equals false. Next thing we need to do is to supply our Weather API key. This isn't my real API key, but you need to supply your real API key. And also, if you don't remember where to get the Weather API key, you get it from api.openweathermap.org. The next thing we need to do is to create our initializer. super.init, override the base initializer. Let configuration equals URL session configuration.default. That should just be .default. The purpose of this is because we need to configure the URL session with a timeout interval, which will be timeout interval for requests is equal to 30, as in 30 seconds. Session equals URL session configuration delegate nil delegate key nil. What we've done there, we have just initialized the session with the configuration and set the delegate. The next thing we need to do is to create a function called weather data. And the purpose of this function is to fetch the weather for a specified city, or city name string sync, and then we return the weather data, which could be optional. Let URL string equals HTTPS API open weather map.org data 2.5 weather question mark Q equals city name ampersand app ID equals whether API key, ampersand, units, equals metric. If you wanted to, you could make the units more dynamic so that the weather can be displayed in Fahrenheit, Celsius, or Kelvin. The next thing we need to do is to ensure that the URL is valid. Let's return nil. If it's not valid, let's exit the function. Next thing we need to do is to simulate a 5-second delay before starting the request. Try await, task, sleep, nanoseconds, 5 times 5. And you just need to capture any errors that might have occurred. So this compiles, I'll just return an empty array. I can't return an empty array. I'll just return nil. And implement the rest of this function in the next tutorial. So it's compiled, it's good. So here in the next tutorial we will continue with the implementation of this class data fetcher. Don't forget to subscribe for more Swift and SwiftUI tutorials.